Hi everyone, Lynn here with Paper Life, and we are October, so we're starting on our October daily. I'm not going to do a video on every page that we do in here. Honestly, you guys are going to get tired of me. So, what I plan on doing is I'll do a couple pages, the ones that are like journaling, I'll do on my own and then show you what I've done, and we'll do some of them together. So, one person I want to introduce you to is Ted. He is my little voodoo doll, and I made him as a charm to go on here. A friend helped me, she named him for me, and he has a little pin sticking into him because, hello, a voodoo doll has to have pins, right? So, that's one of the little things I did. And let's see, I've already shown you this page. Before I get started, so I do not forget, a big thank you to T with Handmade Treasures. She's one of my admins and a really good friend. She has helped me come up with a lot of these freebies. You can find her on Facebook. I'm trying to talk her into an Etsy store. But thank you very much, Teresa, for all your help and all the freebies that you helped come up with for our group. So for day number 1 and day number 2, I used a napkin for my background, and I didn't like writing over it the way it was. It was just, I could make out the book page too much and it was distracting. So I put a small piece of the white layer of the napkin down to kind of, I don't know, resolve that issue, I guess. And I just wrote down some of the things I want to do for fall. Teresa came up with the numbers for us, so I put that there. And I printed out 2 copies of that so that I could cut them and put just kind of the writing prompt, put the daily prompt down there at the bottom. For day number 2, it was favorite Halloween candy. Okay, so I like Reese cups, but I love Reese shapes. This is my time of the year. So what I did was I just used some Fabri-Tac to hold the wrappers down on my page. And then for this one, I actually made it into a little bit of a pocket. The nutritional values, ugh, nasty how bad it is for you or whatever. But I made that into a tag. And there'll probably be some writing on the back. I did the same thing. I took Teresa's number. I put the writing prompt on top of the ribbon I used. And let's see. I think I have it down here below me somewhere. Maybe not. It was some of the real glittery ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree. I want to say last year, but I think this year they had it as well. So that's just what I did. The purple kind of worked, at least in theory. Day number 3, we are going to be working on that one today, and it's If I Was a Ghost, and it's a writing prompt, but I want to decorate up the back a little bit, so I figured we'd do that together. Made a pocket and say boo and scare on. That was one of the freebies we had in the group, and just kind of backed it with a piece of fabric. I loved this big tag that Teresa made up. It has that, okay, my camera is making it look more orange, but it's red, I promise. And I like the contrast that it gave. I'll probably do a little bit something on there, but for right now, that's just the way it's going to stay. I'm going to put this back in my front pocket. So since I was going with kind of a ghostly theme, that's why I put the fabric, the ghost fabric over here on this side. And this stuff, okay, I bought it a few years ago. Didn't really love the pattern, but it was about the only Halloween themed fabric I could find at the time. Came home, made a little journal, found out it was glow in the dark. Now I really like it, and I wish I could find more of it. So I have another piece that all I've done is instead of cutting it, I rip it. And let's see if I can get the camera to kind of pick up. It just gives us a little bit of a frayed edge. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me say it, but I like the look of that. So that's what I did. Pull up my sleeves because it is time to get to crafting. I'm going to be using Fabri-Tac to glue this down onto the page here. Guys, I may have to pause this in a minute. I think my dog is wanting to go outside, but when I tried to get him to go outside before the video, he didn't like that idea. So I'm just going to hopefully get this to come out of the bottle and squeeze down onto my paper. I really love, these are the Sugar Bella bottles. Can't really see it with the video. I got it off of Amazon. I really love them and they work really great. They have that fine tip. But I'll tell you, the one thing that I don't love about them is it seems like the glue dries a little bit quicker. So I need to add acetone more frequently. And I need to add some again. I made these fabric pieces where there was a little bit of a border. One, because I wasn't going to get it perfect. So I just decided I would embrace that and make it where it looked like it wasn't supposed to be perfect. I'm trying to just kind of get this part done because I want to get on to what I think is going to be the fun part. I came up with a way to make a little ghost to go in here. I say I came up with a way. There may be someone else that has it out there. I don't know. I just wanted a ghost, and I don't know if anybody did this when they were a kid, but we used to take tissues and we would wrap it over the top of a lollipop and make a ghost. So that's kind of where my idea came from. And here's the little ghost that I made. It's probably, oh, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of an inch thick. So it's not super thin, but it's not real thick either. I kind of thought he would be cute up on my page. Keep with the ghostly theme. I keep moving farther and farther at my desk. So I'm going to show you how we did that. It was super easy. I say that. Now that I've said that it's super easy, I'm going to have an issue. Some white cotton fabric, nothing fancy. I've kind of put a little bit of a coffee stain on it just because that's what I always do with mine. A cotton ball. Now all I did was I wanted about half of my cotton ball. So I ripped it in half. Kind of put that in the middle. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. All I want to do is kind of, as that glue sets, kind of work my cotton in. I'm just kind of using my fingers and pushing it down to where I want it. Sorry, my piece of fabric here, I just kind of, I didn't measure it when I tore it, but it is about 4 3/4 by, let's see, 4 3/4. Okay, well, I kind of tore that evenly. Okay. Come on, glue, you're going to behave with me and this is going to work because this project was easy when I did it off camera. So I just put some glue down and I'm just kind of pushing that cotton ball to where I want it. Kind of the size that I want it, the shape that I want it. Not really, nothing real rocket science about this. Then what I did was I used my Fabri-Tac again off my fingers to kind of hold down the fabric pieces where I wanted them to go, because I want this to be somewhat flat, and I wanted to, you know, it's kind of supposed to be that kid in a ghost costume, just having some fun with it. So anytime I want the fabric to stay in a particular spot, I'm just using some Fabri-Tac. And I'm trying to get it where one side of it, because it's going to be glued down, so I don't care what one side of it looks like, but I want one side to be my, I guess, presentation side. So far I think I like this side a little bit better, just because it's laying a little bit flatter. I'm going to use a Sharpie if I could figure out where I put it on my desk to kind of draw on his face, because I didn't want this cotton exposed. I just took some glue, and this part is not as easy with this bottle, but I just put some down in there, and I'm going to use my finger to kind of coat over it. And it's just play with it, work with it until you get what you like. Get a shape, get something going on that you're happy with. See, like, I don't like the way those creases are right there. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of glue to hold here, hold that piece down, then a little bit of glue here, and I'm going to hold to kind of press that piece down. Okay, I'm sure you guys can tell how fancy my sewing, or how fancy my drawing was for the face. Just took a Sharpie and dot, dot, big dot. Now I will say, when you're doing this, you don't want to go real elaborate, because the ink will spread a little bit. Just make sure that everything is the way that you want it to be. You can pull this back up if you stuck something down and you're not real happy with it. I got a little bit of glue or something going on right here. Like, I don't think I am. What don't I like about this right now? I think I want to bring this piece of fabric in a little bit. It's not a real difficult project, as you can tell. It's just getting it where you're happy with it. Let's see. Okay, so I'm guessing I used about the same size of cotton fabric when I did the original one. Let's see, I want your face to be a little more smushed in. I want you a little less flat. And all I'm doing is using my fingers to work that ball of cotton, or yeah, that cotton ball that was in there. So there we go. I don't know how long that took me, but we just made a ghost. I cannot talk and put this needle in at the same time. Okay. So bring back my page. What I was thinking about doing was taking my ghost and putting him or her there. I don't come up with what it is yet. I have a piece of coffee stained paper here. just a scrap piece, but our writing prompt was if I was a ghost, so I'm thinking, one, I need something to write on. So let's see. I'm just going to grab a pen, nothing fancy, and I'm going to write up if I was a ghost what I would do. Okay, so while I'm inking this up, because I did not need as much paper as I had, I will read to you what I wrote. I said, if I was a ghost, I would watch over my loved ones, but I would also mess with them, hide keys, and so on. I'm not saying that's the most elaborate or the most thought went into that, but that is what I would do, because my family all knows I would mess with them. So let's see. I want this to be kind of tucking out of the ghost a little bit. I don't know why, I just think that would be cool. Add some dimension. I'm going to put some glue on my ghostie's head, the back part of it. I'm okay with some of the fabric sticking outside of the book or off the page. Why not? I want at least some of the fabric glued down on the back. Okay. Now, Teresa had made up these numbers for us, and they work with a 1.5 inch round punch, I believe. I don't have one, so I just fussy cut them. But I also, let's see, kind of shrunk them down to make them smaller. And that's what I'm going to be using today, is one of the smaller numbers for today. And I've already fussy cut it and put a little bit of ink around the edge. Actually, I might not have put ink around the edge, but at this point we're going to assume that I did. Come on, glue. Thank you. Okay, I want to put that there. Let's see. Cut out today's prompt. I'm not even gonna ink around this little piece. I don't know what it feels like where you're at, but it feels amazing here. It definitely feels like autumn in the air. I have the windows open, there's a little bit of a breeze going on. It feels awesome. Put down there if I was a ghost. Let's see. Get my glue to work for me. There we go. I want to stick that over there. And this is all just kind of up to you on how you want it. So we have that. I think I want to add we made up these little word sayings, and I'm trying to see if there's one that I like for ghost. Kind of surprised I don't already have one. Okay, so far I see where we actually have ghost, but I don't want ghost. Yep, I'm making sound effects. Wish you guys could tell me, like, yell through the camera, which saying should I put on there? Okay, this is gonna be like watching paint dry on which one I should use. Okay, or not use one, since I'm not finding one that I want to use, at least not at the moment. I guess we'll come back at a later point and see if I added anything for today. Yeah, I'm not seeing one that I like. So there's one for today. I know I didn't do anything super elaborate, but I liked our little ghost and I wanted to show you how I made it. Just play around, just have some fun. It's not like you're working on a real quick time frame when you're gluing this. You have time to move things around if you want. So there we go. There is my week, or my day 3. What I would do if I was a ghost with the pocket. Let's see, tomorrow is, we're working on the pumpkin, I think, for tomorrow. What's tomorrow's prompt? Tomorrow is design your pumpkin. Can't wait to do that one. We might actually do that one in a video. Favorite fall or Halloween tradition. So there's some fun ones coming up. I hope you guys are all participating and enjoying and having fun. I will see you all later. Have a great day. Okay, I just wanted to quickly show you guys what I had ended up doing. I know, so thinking outside of the box. I took a piece of that coffee stain paper that I cut off, I didn't use, made a little speech bubble, and put the boo inside the speech bubble. Yes, that is what I did. So that is my day 3. I am done with it, I think. Well, who knows? I mean, honestly, we're talking about me here. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.